So let's continue forward and let's look at the real benefit of arrays. If I have this, let's imagine I wanted to make this, I want to set all the elements in the array of characters to space. So I could say CArray at element 0 equals space. And let's just copy this just to do this quickly. And please be aware of tabbing. I'm noticing a lot of mistakes are occurring because students aren't watching their tabs. They're indenting. And then so we're going to take all of these and we're going to initialize them to a space. So if I run this now, oh, and let's fix our problem from the last video. So let's actually comment these two out right now. I'm just going to delete this altogether. So if I run this now, after this has been executed, nothing's going to output to the screen, but what it's going to do is it's going to come into here and it's going to put a space, a space, a space, a space, and a space. Okay. So we can do this manually, and likewise I can output it. But imagine if this was instead of 5, it was 500. Now the whole benefit of arrays is kind of defeated because I'm going to have to go 0 to 499. Because remember, 500 elements, the index starts at 0, it's going to go to 499. So that's where the logic structure that goes hand in hand are for loops. So I'm going to say for, and I'm going to start int. I'm going to call this int j equals 0. Notice I can't use I because I'm already using I up here. And so now what I want to do is I want to go through every element in the array. So I know the array is 500 large, so I'm going to continue as long as j is less than 500. And every time I'm going to say j is equal to j plus 1. And what I can do now is I can say CArray at element j is equal to, and let's put the value a in it. So now when I run this, so I run my file. So now the array is full of the value a. And likewise I could output this. So if I copy this and I paste it again, instead of outputting CArray, I could go system.out.println CArray at element j. And now when I run this, there are all the A's printed out really quickly. We can scroll up quickly and take a look at them. So the key idea here is that anytime you want to set all the values to a value or output all the values, you want to use a loop. Now we want to make our loop as robust as possible, because let's pretend this is the situation. I'm running this program and suddenly I don't have 500 elements, I have 501 elements. So if I change my size of the array to 501 and run this, what you'll notice is that the last element, there's nothing here. And that's because the default is a space. So that means this is not a fatal error, but it means I have this empty space here because it hasn't initialized everything. Because what we can see is our loop goes to 501. So we'd have to change this. And we'd have to change this. And if I run this now, there you go. So let's make this a little bit more of a problem. What if I set this to 100 and run it? What we're going to get is an index out of bounds error because this array goes up to 501 and it says, wait a second, index out of bounds. Because it's trying to access something that isn't there. So I could, again, go and change this to 100. Well, this is a little bit of a tedious process because you're not going to necessarily know in your program where all the arrays are that access this, all the loops are that access this array. So in order to make our program a little more robust, we use this command called the .length command. So if I put CArray.length, the computer will automatically calculate the size of the array and then loop accordingly. And it's really important that as opposed to putting the size of the array, you use this .length value. So no matter what size I make this array, my program will always run. Good luck.